I don't know if you could hear the nice hum of the motorcycle in the background, but we are now in May here in Maine, and this is what you start to get. So if you're a motorcycle fan, this is your time of year. If you're not, or you don't like the noise of the frickin' muffler like me, not so much. So right now, I have found a spot. This is in Wilton, Maine, and you'll note, look at the beauty of this. Look at the lake. We're right outside Farmington, and I'm just out for a drive, just exploring, seeing what I can find today. So join me. We'll see if we can find something else besides the lake. So I am taking the car just a little bit down the way. I'm going to show you downtown Wilton, because it's actually a really cute community. It's interesting though, like as I said, we're like, literally it's May 4th, because May the 4th be with you is today. And anywho, it's funny because the snowbirds have come back. The people that disappeared for the entire winter time and now magically have decided that Maine is their home again. So, yippee. So I'm taking this side street. I have no idea where to park. I was trying to just find a spot, and we will, maybe, in a moment, right at the bottom of this hill. There is this cool Civil War monument I caught out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, oh, well, that looks interesting. So let's see what we can do. Oh my God, look, it's the new Great Wall Chinese restaurant. I wish I had come to Wilton so much sooner. But here we are. Here we have, in the honor of the men of Wilton who bravely endured hardships to help preserve the nation. This is a monument, a Civil War monument from those people that fought in 1861 to 1865. It's kind of cool. Maine's very proud about their Civil War history. I don't know how familiar many of you are, but I think it was the 20th Maine Regiment, led by Colonel Chamberlain, was made, is famous in the history books at least, because Chamberlain's forces helped secure, I think it was Little Round Top. It was one of the hills in the Battle of Gettysburg. And Chamberlain himself, who, I think he was a professor at Bowdoin or Bates, one of the two, when he joined the 20th Maine and took charge of it, he ended up serving several years, was wounded multiple times, but when he came back here to Maine, he later became the governor of the state. So it's kind of a big deal. So I wonder how many of those soldiers they recognize here in Wilton served in the 20th Maine. Little Wilton hardware store. So here's your quintessential Maine community. We're just walking down from that way, from the lake. Water's coming down on the side. I'll wait for. It's interesting seeing a lot of people out with their fishing rods today. But we'll go down here. There was something of interest I was going to point out to you guys. One, we have the First Congressional Church right here. I feel like there's a lot more going on here today than in good old Eastport when we had our tour a few weeks ago. I believe this was the manger where Jesus was. I don't know where Jesus is, but there's his umbrella. Well, the church is locked. I wanted to take us into the First Congressional Church that was established in 1818 because there's something very cool about these older places of worship. But the only thing you can get into today is the flea market down in the basement, which frankly I'm not as interested in. It's that time of year. Go mudding. Hey. I think that's it for the downtown. Cool little restaurant right here called Chaos. I almost went in here, but to be honest, I might have stopped at McDonald's beforehand. But look at this cute little creature. Look at him. It's adorable. Got the old school design post office right here. And then Food City, which I've never been into. So, two things I've noticed in this part of the town that we've now basically seen the entire thing. Wow, what a tour! What a tour! Welcome to the middle of Maine. So you have a mom and pop grocery store right here called Food City, but then right across the street is Firehouse Video. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, right there. Firehouse Video. Which I think is funny because how many people here still rent videos? I don't think anyone does. Well, or maybe the people that live in Wilton do. I don't know. So, do you want to know how you know it's May in the state of Maine? Because there may be road construction. Yeah. It started. It has. All right, let me show you the library, and then we'll see if we can find somewhere else that's worth exploring. It's kind of pretty. One thing that always amazes me about this time of year is how quickly everything shifts. Like these flowers just magically appeared. The grass is now green. You're not going to mow it yet. Some people will. But it's amazing how quickly, like a month ago, we had a huge snowstorm with inches and inches of snow, and now it's definitely spring here. So this is the Goodspeed Memorial Library. I think it's a cool location. They built it across this bridge. Isn't that cool looking? It looks like it could have been an estate or like someone's house when it was first built. Probably not, though, now that I'm looking at it more. Although originally I thought it looked like a bank. One thing I missed right before we jump in the car is Ambition Brewing. I guess that's good. You have some quintessential places to get your local brew. I'm not a very good sales guy today for the area. I apologize. Some nice big homes up there. Huh. Now I'm like, do we walk up the street? In case you can't tell in my voice, it's raspy because I'm overcoming a flu. But if you were to take a left, you might look at these palatial buildings, these Victorian-style homes. Well, all you're seeing is road right now. But the point is, there's some cool-looking houses if you drive up the street over there. All right, we're driving around Wilton Lake now. Take a look at this view right here. I don't think you're gonna be able to do this much in the summer months. By the looks of the Sanborn Ice House. Huh, interesting. But I don't think you're gonna be able to do drives like this, or at least have moments to look out and have clear views once summer comes and the more people are up here, aside from the, as I already mentioned, the wonderful New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York drivers that I've already seen this morning. So blessed. So blessed. This might come as a surprise, but I've actually never been over here before. So, going a little slower. Ooh, a cemetery. Oh, look at this. Look what we found, guys. As I say, I thought I found some top secret spot, but clearly the main road's over there. and the bucolic view of the lake. Hey, camera, is right there. That's why I pulled over, actually, is that I thought it was kind of neat. I always appreciate it when they put cemeteries, when a community decides to put a cemetery right on the water. I just think it adds a touch to everything. Can't help but do my normal comparison that I've been doing this past year with my Polish cemeteries to my native New England ones, and how one, I mean, granted, it's also a climate thing. We've talked about this before, because I've had people in the South who've commented as well, where at least in Maine and in New Hampshire, we're afforded the ability to bury our dead underground. But it definitely gives a different vibe than cemeteries that don't have that luxury. So here's your view. Note these tombstones. I mean, granted, these are from the 1890s, 1860s, but so you don't have the pictures on them that you get of people on more recent tombstones. So the name Olive was more popular back in the day. All right. Right back at it. You know, it's interesting. See, look, I'll slow down. So you got this home right here, okay? It's got potential. But then you look right here and you see someone's cabin. I don't know if you can see this. I'll go slowly. It needs a little love. But still, it's a cabin. And this is very red. When I was a kid, this is what we would do. We would hop in the car on Saturdays and Sundays, and we would just drive around. You explore different side roads and communities. Look for shortcuts, or really you're being nosy. You know, you're seeing like what is being built, what's not being built, seeing maybe if you want to buy something, or in my case I would just dream, right? You know, because I was too young to buy anything, and now I'm at the age where everything's too expensive. Yeah, but it's a pretty area. Not doing it justice, but it is a pretty area. Huh. All right. So we are crisscrossing to Mount Blue State Park, which I hope is, well, let's say I think I can get in there for free, but I noticed these two signs that I just want to point out just for comment's sake, because one is so quintessential American that, having lived overseas and then come back here, it throws me for a loop, because it's like, of course this would be a food restaurant. And yeah, so hold on for a second. Not that you're really holding, but I'm going to park the car and we'll try to make this less obvious. Can you see that right there? Look, someone put a loon. They like painted a rock loon on their yard. It's kind of funny. It reminds me of a kid. When I was a kid growing up, we had there was some neighbors, well, some friends that had these rocks that were frogs, and they painted them on their yards. So let me show you the sign. So here's the sign: Fatty McGee's Burger Joint. Could you have anything that's more American? Actually, more Maine. I feel so lazy just doing this from my car. I feel like I should be walking and showing you this, but it's like, not everything's next to each other. But what I was going to say, and this is not politically correct, I know that, but I'm going to show it to you anyway and make my comment, and then you can just tell me what you think about it, okay? So right down from Fatty McPhee's or McGee's, you have this, basically this closed gas station, okay, with a Mitchell for U.S. Senate sign, which is interesting because he hasn't, I think he retired years ago. But anyway, you'll see the sign right here. I'll zoom in. So you see how it says blind person? Well, there's one blind person sign here, and then there's a blind person sign next to it's a Fatty place. So my question is this. How do you know who the blind person is? Is it someone wearing sunglasses? Like, I don't know. I'm being serious. Are they like waving their arms? Now, before you decide to cancel me, okay, I will say, as you know, I'm wearing glasses, and my mom is visually impaired as well. She's actually legally blind. But since I was a little kid, I was always curious about the whole thing about the signs. And I get it. They're there so that people can be aware that, you know, someone in the general vicinity is not going to potentially see like a lot of cars going by, or any cars. Yeah. Where is this park? Look at these homes. I was very blue. Well, we're getting away from it. Feels like population centers. So this park must be nearby. I remember reading about it vaguely, or at least I saw a picture. I think there's some water in there I can soak my feet into at least. Doesn't this ridge line up ahead with the two mountains, the middle part, remind you of the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? That the witch's house would be between those? That's what I think anyway. Now look at this house right here, right on the side. This looks like it could have been a boarding house. It's kind of here, there, everywhere. That's my Beatles reference for the day. I have no idea where Mount Blue Park is. I refuse to look at my Google map, my GPS thing, map thing on my phone. But they put a sign, and now it's been like 15 minutes of driving, and I have not seen it at all. But I have found this. This is pretty. Look at this. Yeah. Worth pulling off the road. I did see several washed out, or like no longer washed out, but you can see where the road had been washed out in like 7 different sections where they just threw like a bunch of loose stones over stuff where the pavement had been wrecked. Yeah. So take a look at this for yourself. Yeah, there goes the truckers going by and speeding. It's a beautiful spot. You can hear someone in the background. It must be some loggers or something over there, directly there. So there you go. All right. Guess we'll go a little farther. This is funny. This is actually really funny. Look at this. Look. I don't know if you can see this on my phone. See? It says no service. No service. So even if I wanted to look, wherever the heck we are, it's a no zone. A no zone. Wow. We've crossed into Weld, Maine. Some nice views of the mountains, and the clouds are like resting on top of them. Where it's, I guess we're a lot higher than I thought we were, but I have no clue where I am on this little Saturday adventure. That's right. That's right. We are getting somewhere though. The speed limit just dropped to 25, and there's a lot of houses. So I don't know if we're like in the center of the village or what. Yeah, I don't know. Really, as I said, I should have just put my feet in that pond that we were just at, but I just want to find a lake to put my feet in, which makes no sense because honestly I could go home and do that. But it is what it is. All right, so we have the Kawanihi in Mount Blue Garage. So maybe we're right where we need to be. I have no idea. The Houghton Brook, Mount Blue State Park, Webb Beach and camping area is straight ahead. And we have Phillips, 14 miles, Dixfield. All right, yeah. I mean, that's great. That's great. Okay, look both ways, Johnny. Look both ways. Was trying to take my time, and I have these cars that keep showing up. Like, part of me wants to go into this church right here, this beautiful old Weld Congregational Church, but I know it's locked. You know, I know it's locked. I literally have driven another like 30 minutes, 15, well, at least 20 minutes, and then look what I see right here. Wait for it. Oh, look at that beautiful sign. It says gate closed. That's awesome. Well, guess what? We're going to park the car and we'll walk in then. What a awesome trip. Awesome trip. This is to the beach, by the way. Yeah, I was going to say, did someone park on the side? Because I don't know where else the hell I'm supposed to do. Well, we're in the Mount Blue State Park. The ranger station is locked up. I guess no one's here yet, obviously, at the campground. We're going to go down to the beach because, you know what, we've come too far to not go to the beach. It was a $5 charge, but if it's like the park I went to in Poland, so it's $5 if you're a Maine resident, $7 if you're not. If you're under 5, it's free, or over 65, it's free. I'm pretty sure if you're a veteran, it's also free. But this has been a weird trip. It's like they make it sound like that Mount Blue State Park is like right down the road, but maybe that's just a Mainer thing. It's like I wouldn't have put signs like 25 miles out. That's why I thought it was closer than it really is. God. And now it's a little bit eerie. I mean, it's fine. All I hear are birds and stuff, but I'm like, okay. I parked next to a truck, so I'm like, well, at least there's one other person here. And in the distance, I can hear someone doing work. This is probably a ranger station or like a ranger house. Amphitheater and Nature Center. I just want the water. I just want the water. Oh, by the way, I did check my phone again, and I still don't have service. Instead, it says it has the SOS, I guess, connection on it, but that's it. Oh my God! Can you see how far we have to walk? I just wanted to see a view. That's all. Just wanted to see the water. Show you guys what it looks like with the mountains in the background. You know, I'm all for walking. Last time we've come from way down there. And then I look this way. And thankfully, I can cut through the trees now and I can see the water. But I'm like, holy shnikes. This is either going to be really cool, it's going to be such a letdown, I'm going to be like, wow, that was worth the drive. But see, that's what I do. I do this for you guys, so you can get an idea. But it's funny, though, because honestly, this is such a Maine thing that, like, when people move up here, it's like they don't do a second guess of driving for 1 hour to go out to eat or to go to the store or even a 2-hour drive. It's like, it's not in their blood. They just think they just say, oh, it's right down the road. And I've said this on some earlier vlogs. It's like, you know, I get that, but sometimes I wish it was right down the street. When I lived in New Hampshire, in the Lakes region, it was like, if I want to go to a state park, it literally was right down the street. This was over the hill to grandmother's house. And several rivers and lakes and everywhere else. But look at this. It was worth it. Got a parking area right here. I mean, what's cool is actually, and I'm probably starting Memorial Day is when this opens up, is my guess. So I'm a few weeks early, like 3 weeks early. And funny enough, I found the truck people. There's 2 people and their dog. So clearly we all have the same place in our thoughts. But check out this view. It's also funny, it says pets are not permitted in this area. So this is why we came here. Here you go. I think that's Mount Blue. I'm going to take a guess. And here's the water. You know, it's kind of funny. It's like, if there's more people, you don't mind being among them. But then if there just happens to be one other person or 2 other people, it's like you don't want to be around them. That's the introverted personality right there. Look at this stuff. Isn't it cool? And they have these steps right here, I guess, so you can safely go down to the water. Right there, I don't know, I think you can see it, but there's a loon. And he keeps chiming away. It's a cool rock right there. That'd be nice to swim out to. Let's go over here for a moment. See if there's anything else we can find that's worth taking a look at. One nice thing about being out here first weekend of May, with it's still really just, we're still kind of crawling out, haven't really hit full spring yet, I guess you can say, for everything, is that bugs aren't out yet. You know what I realized as I was about to go in the water? You know what I forgot to grab from my car? It's right in the back seat, by the way. Forgot my towel. Yeah. Huh. So, yeah, I'm going back to my car. And because it's quite a walk, as you know, I think I'm just going to go home. So, I think that's the end of our adventure for today. And, yeah, so till next time. I'll see you guys soon, all right? Peace.